Have you ever woken up feeling like you were already behind? Before your eyes even fully open, the weight of the digital world, notifications, emails, the relentless news cycle is already pressing down on your chest. You reach for your phone, and within seconds, your mind is a chaotic marketplace of other people's opinions and urgent demands. You are awake, yes, but are you truly alive? Or are you simply reacting to a world that started without you? This is the great malady of our era. We have mistaken being busy for being alive. We live in a state of chronic urgency, a desert of the soul, where the blue light of our screens has replaced the golden light of the horizon. We are overstimulated, but undernourished. We have more connections than ever before, yet we feel a profound aching loneliness that no amount of scrolling can heal. But there is an ancient well we can drink from. For centuries, long before the invention of the glowing screen or the artificial hum of the electric light, our ancestors lived by a different rhythm. In the rural heartlands, among the shepherds of the highlands and the tillers of the soil, there was an unspoken covenant with the sun. They didn't view the dawn as an inconvenience to be snoozed. They viewed it as a sacred inheritance. This is the wisdom of the circadian soul, a way of being that recognizes we are not separate from nature, but a vital part of its pulse. In our modern, always-on society, we have conquered the night with LEDs, yet we have lost our inner light. We trade the golden hour for the blue light hour. We seek productivity in caffeine and hustle, while the earth offers a far more sustainable energy source for free. While the city sleeps in a state of restless exhaustion, the rural landscape prepares for a symphony. The farmer doesn't fight the morning, he flows with it. He knows that you cannot force a seed to grow, but you can create the perfect conditions for its blooming. Imagine waking up not to the jarring screech of an alarm, but to the soft lavender light creeping across your floor. Imagine your mind feeling as clear and still as a mountain lake at dawn. No static, no clutter, just a profound sense of being. Imagine having finished your most important inner work before the rest of the world has even stirred. This isn't just about getting things done, it's about reclaiming your sovereignty. Today, we are going to walk through a continuous journey of the soul. We will weave through 7 ancestral concepts, transformed into a single morning flow that will bridge the gap between your current exhaustion and your potential peace. Stay with me, for by the end of this journey, you won't just see the sunrise differently, you will see yourself differently. The transformation begins in the fragile, misty space between sleep and wakefulness. In the old traditions of the French countryside, this period was revered as Aube Silence. It is the dawn of silence. For a farmer, this is not merely the absence of noise. It is a deliberate holding of space. When a person of the land steps out into the cool air of 5 or 4 cm, they do not immediately speak. They do not turn on a radio. They listen. They understand a fundamental truth that we have forgotten. The first hour of the day is the womb of the next 23. Whatever you birth in that hour, be it anxiety, peace, or distraction, will grow to define your entire day. To speak too early is to give away your vital energy. To check a device is to invite thousands of strangers into your bedroom before you have even greeted yourself. In our Western culture, we have developed a phobia of silence. We fill our cars with talk radio, our ears with podcasts, and our bedrooms with the scrolling of social feeds. We believe that by staying informed, the very second we wake up, we are gaining a competitive advantage. In reality, we are just polluting the well. We are teaching our brains that our own internal monologue isn't enough, that we need external validation to exist. When you embrace Aube Silence, you allow your brain to transition smoothly from the deep theta waves of sleep into the creative alpha waves of the morning. You give your nervous system permission to calibrate. Think of it like a musician tuning their instrument before a concert. If you start playing while out of tune, no amount of effort will make the music beautiful. Tomorrow, commit to the silent hour. From the moment you wake until your first ritual is complete, do not speak. Do not check your phone. Simply exist in the sanctuary of your home. Notice the creak of the floorboards, the distant song of a bird, the rhythm of your own breath. You are not doing anything. You are becoming. As the light begins to transition from deep indigo to a soft, hazy grey, the journey moves from the internal silence to a physical reconnection. This is the Germanic rural concept of Erdung, or grounding. In the modern world, we live our lives almost entirely insulated. We wear rubber-soled shoes, we sleep in elevated beds, we walk on synthetic carpets, and we travel in metal boxes on rubber tires. We are literally disconnected from the planet's surface. A farmer, however, is a biological creature in constant contact with his mother. His hands are in the soil. His feet are often on the grass. He knows, perhaps instinctively, that the Earth carries a subtle electrical charge, a supply of free electrons that can neutralize the positive charge of the body. When we are ungrounded, we become like wires with nowhere to discharge our excess energy. This manifests as inflammation, chronic stress, and a feeling of being on edge. When we talk about the power of sunrise, we aren't just talking about looking at the sky. We are talking about feeling the ground. The act of Erdung brings you back down from the clouds of abstraction. Much of our modern stress exists because we live entirely in our heads, looping through future worries or past regrets. Grounding pulls that energy down through the soles of your feet. Imagine stepping outside as the sun's first rays hit the grass. Feel the cold dew. It's a shock to the system, yes, but it's a wake-up call for your cells. It tells your body, you are here, you are safe, you are part of this ecosystem. Even if you live in a high-rise apartment, you can practice a form of this by opening a window and placing your hands on a stone windowsill or simply standing by the open air. Feel the temperature difference. Breathe the new air of the day. Once the body is grounded, the rural spirit turns its attention to the concept of Dion, an ancient Greek-inspired idea of the morning offering. In almost every agrarian culture throughout history, the first act of the day was an act of service. Before the farmer sat down to his own meal, he fed the livestock. Before he drew water for his own tea, he watered the garden. Before he took, he gave. This is a profound psychological flip. Our modern morning is incredibly me-centric. I need my caffeine. I need to check my emails. I am tired. When we start the day with the word I, we start with a sense of lack. We are looking for something to fill a hole, but the farmer starts with they or it, nay. By tending to something else first, he asserts his own agency and abundance. Performing a dayon shifts your mindset from being a consumer to being a creator. It provides a sense of purpose that is larger than your own immediate comfort. It builds a duty of care. When you water a plant, you are engaging with the cycle of life. You are saying, I have enough energy to sustain another. Perform one act of care before you do anything for yourself. It could be as simple as making the bed for your partner, filling a bird feeder, or tidying a common space. Do it with total presence. Don't rush through it to get to your coffee. Treat it as a sacred ritual, an offering to the day ahead. You will find that by giving first, you feel more full than any breakfast could make you. As the sun begins to climb higher, casting long, dramatic shadows across the fields, the journey naturally transitions into movement. The Romans had a phrase that every rural worker understands in their bones: solvitur ambulando. It is solved by walking. In the city, we view walking as a way to get from point A to point B, or perhaps as a chore to be completed on a treadmill while watching a screen. But for a person of the land, the morning walk is an inspection. It is walking the perimeter. It is a slow, rhythmic movement that syncs the heart rate with the pace of the landscape. While we often think that problem solving requires sitting still at a desk, staring at a screen, and thinking harder, the truth is that the human brain evolved to think while moving. A stagnant body leads to a stagnant mind. When you walk, your brain enters a state of divergent thinking. the left and right hemispheres begin to communicate more effectively. The knots of the previous day's anxieties begin to untangle. The perimeter walk isn't about speed or distance. It's about observation. It's about noticing which fence needs repair, which flower has bloomed, or how the wind is shifting. It expands your horizon. When we stay indoors, our world is defined by four walls. Our problems feel massive because they fill the entire room. But when you are outside, under the vast unfolding sky, your problems regain their proper perspective. They are small. The world is large. Take a perimeter walk every morning. No headphones, no podcasts, no music. Just the sound of your feet on the pavement or dirt. Walk until your thoughts settle. Walk until you notice something you've never noticed before. You aren't just moving your legs, you are moving your life. The rural morning is not always a gentle experience. Often, it is cold, harsh, and demanding. This brings us to the Finnish concept of sisu. It is often translated as grit or resilience, but in the context of the sunrise, it is about the inner heat. Farmers and rural laborers throughout history didn't have the luxury of waiting for the house to warm up before starting their work. They had to generate their own heat through action. They met the frost with their own internal fire. In our modern world, we have become comfort addicts. We move from a heated bed to a heated shower to a heated car. We have outsourced our resilience to thermostats. When we never face physical discomfort, our discomfort tolerance atrophies. This is why a minor inconvenience, a slow internet connection, or a rude comment can ruin our entire day. We have no armor. Sisu is the practice of building that armor. It is the voluntary seeking of the hard thing to prove to yourself that you are capable. The cold is perhaps the greatest teacher of Sisu. When you step out into the cold morning air or end your shower with a blast of icy water, you are engaging in a dialogue with your nervous system. Your body screams, "No!" but your mind says, "Yes." In that moment, you are training your discipline muscle. You are triggering the release of norepinephrine and endorphins that create a natural, lasting high. You are telling your anxiety, "If I can handle this, I can handle anything this day throws at me." Embrace the cold. Whether it's 30 seconds of a cold shower or standing on your porch in a t-shirt for a minute in the winter air. Don't gasp or fight it. Breathe through it. Find the heat inside you. As the morning reaches its peak and the chores begin in earnest, we encounter the Greek concept of meraki. This means to do something with soul, creativity, or love, to leave a piece of yourself in what you do. In a rural setting, work is rarely mindless. Whether it's sharpening a scythe, repairing a leather harness, or kneading dough for the day's bread, there is a deep connection between the hand and the heart. There is no multitasking. You cannot sharpen a blade while checking your notifications. If you do, you lose your fingers, or at the very least, you ruin the edge. Our modern workspace is a disaster of fractured attention. We pride ourselves on having 20 tabs open, but we are producing nothing of soul. We are processing, not creating. We have lost the joy of the single task. Meraki is the antidote to the hustle culture, Savo. It suggests that even the smallest task, making a cup of coffee, tidying a desk, writing a single email, is an opportunity for excellence. When you bring your full presence to a manual task, you enter what psychologists call flow. Time disappears, stress vanishes. You aren't just performing a duty, you are practicing a craft. Choose one mundane task this morning. Do it with the focus of a master craftsman. Notice the smell of the coffee beans, the weight of the kettle, the way the light hits the steam. Do it so well that it becomes a work of art. Leave your meraki in the room. Finally, as the morning transition completes and you prepare to enter the wider world, we arrive at Veritas, the morning truth. Before the day gets loud with the expectations of your boss, the demands of your family, or the social pressures of your peers, you must check your compass. A farmer looks at the sky and knows the truth of the weather. He doesn't pretend it's sunny when a storm is coming. He is brutally honest about his stores and his strength. In the silence of the dawn, you are at your most authentic. This is the time to ask the hard questions. Is the path I am on today leading to the life I want tomorrow? Am I living my values, or am I just repeating a script someone else wrote for me? We spend so much of our lives performing. We wear masks of competence, happiness, or stoicism. But in the hours before 8 a.m., the masks haven't been put on yet. This is the time for Veritas. It is the time to align your daily actions with your long-term vision. Without this alignment, you are just a ship with a powerful engine but no rudder. You are moving fast, but you are lost. Spend 5 minutes with a physical journal, not a digital app, a real piece of paper. Write down one thing you are grateful for and one truth about your life right now. It doesn't have to be poetic. It can be, I am tired of this job, or I am proud of how I handled yesterday. Just make sure it is true. What we have just walked through, this journey from the silence of the Aub to the truth of Veritas, is not a to-do list. It is a symphony. The farmer doesn't see these as 7 separate hacks to optimize his productivity. He sees them as the natural rhythm of a life well lived. He knows that you cannot have the harvest without the planting, and you cannot have the planting without the rain. When you start your day this way, you are no longer a victim of the modern world. You are a steward of your own landscape. You are building a fortress of peace that no amount of digital chaos can penetrate. You are realizing that the power of sunrise isn't in the sun itself, but in the person you become while watching it rise. These habits are more than just actions. They are a change of identity. You are shifting from being a consumer of mornings to a creator of days. You are recognizing that your energy is your most valuable resource, and you are choosing to invest it where it matters. As we conclude this journey together, I want you to look at your own morning. You don't need a farm. You don't need 100 acres of rolling hills. You just need the willingness to reclaim your time. I don't want you to try to adopt all of these concepts tomorrow. That is the modern way, the way of the all-or-nothing mindset that leads to burnout by Wednesday. A farmer knows that you don't plant the whole forest in a day. You plant one tree, and you tend to it. The final challenge. I want you to choose just one of the concepts we discussed today. Perhaps it's the Ober silence, the commitment to an hour of silence. Or maybe it's the Sisu, the 30-second cold shower. Or the Erdung, stepping onto the grass with bare feet. Choose one and commit to it for the next 7 days. Don't negotiate with yourself. Don't wait for motivation. Just do it as a service to your future self. Which one will you choose? I want to know. Comment below with the word that resonated most with you. Was it Meraki, Sisu, or Veritas? By writing it down, you are making a public declaration of your intent. I'll be in the comments, reading your choices and supporting your journey. If this video brought a moment of clarity or peace to your busy life, please give it a like. It's a small gesture, but it helps this message reach others who are drowning in the noise of the modern world. Subscribe and hit the notification bell to join our community of intentional living. We are a group of people dedicated to finding depth in a shallow world, and there is always room at our table. Until next time, step outside, breathe deep, and remember, the sun rises for everyone, but only those who are truly awake can see its power. Stay grounded, stay intentional, and I will see you at the next dawn.